Hey there, fellow spook seekers! Welcome to our countdown of the top 10 most haunted places in the world. Prepare to be spooked as we explore some of the eeriest locations on the planet. From ancient castles to abandoned hospitals echoing with unexplained cries, we're diving headfirst into the unknown. I'm not saying I believe in ghosts, but I'm not saying I don't either. These places have stories, legends whispered through time, and some seriously creepy vibes. So grab your EMF reader, or your teddy bear, and get ready to explore the dark side of history and maybe encounter something that goes bump in the night. First up, we're heading to London, England, a city steeped in history. And let me tell you, not all of it's pleasant. The Tower of London, this imposing fortress, has seen it all: imprisonment, torture, executions. You name it, they probably did it here. No wonder it's crawling with restless spirits. We're talking about Anne Boleyn, second wife of Henry VIII, strolling the grounds, still looking for her head, and the two young princes, rumored to be murdered right here in the tower. First up, we're heading to London, England, a city steeped in history. And let me tell you, not all of it's pleasant. The Tower of London, this imposing fortress, has seen it all: imprisonment, torture, executions. You name it, they probably did it here. No wonder it's crawling with restless spirits. We're talking about Anne Boleyn, second wife of Henry VIII, strolling the grounds, still looking for her head, and the two young princes, rumored to be murdered right here in the tower. Next, we're taking a trip to Estes Park, Colorado, home to the iconic Stanley Hotel. Now, if this place looks familiar, it's probably because it inspired Stephen King's The Shining. Guests have reported all sorts of strange happenings, from phantom piano music echoing through the halls to disembodied laughter. Word on the street is that the former owner, Mr. Stanley, likes to keep an eye on things, making sure guests are behaving themselves. Our next stop takes us deep into the heart of Louisiana to the Myrtles Plantation. This grand old mansion has a dark history, steeped in tales of love, betrayal, and, you guessed it, murder. One of the most famous residents is Chloe, a slave who is said to have poisoned the family. To this day, people claim to see her wandering the grounds, and some even say they've captured her image in photographs. Spooky stuff. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're about to enter the eerie confines of Eastern State Penitentiary in Philadelphia. Now, this place is considered one of the most haunted prisons in the world, and for good reason. It was once home to some of America's most notorious criminals, and let me tell you, their presence is still felt. Visitors and staff have reported disembodied voices, unexplained footsteps, and even shadowy figures lurking in the cell blocks. All aboard! We're setting sail on the high seas, or at least we would be if the Queen Mary wasn't docked in Long Beach. This luxurious ocean liner is now a floating hotel. But don't let the fancy cocktails fool you. There's a spooky side to this ship. From the ghostly crew members still hard at work to the Queen Mary's paranormal activity. Tucked away in the picturesque Gloucestershire countryside lies a building that's anything but charming. The ancient Ram Inn is considered one of the most haunted houses in all of England, and once you step inside, you'll understand why. People have reported being touched, scratched, and even fully possessed by unseen forces within these walls. It's said to be built on an ancient pagan burial ground, so, probably not the best foundation for a good night's sleep. Next, we're venturing to Italy, but not for the pasta and pizza. We're talking about Poveglia Island, a place shrouded in darkness and despair. Once a quarantine zone for plague victims and later a mental asylum. It's said to be haunted by tormented souls. The Italian government forbids visiting. Some places are just too haunted. Our journey takes us now to Japan, to the base of Mount Fuji, where we find the Aokigahara Forest, also known as the Suicide Forest. This dense, eerily silent forest has a tragic history, and many believe it to be a place where spirits linger. Visitors have reported seeing strange figures, hearing disembodied voices, and experiencing an overwhelming sense of dread. It's a place of both beauty and sorrow, where the veil between the living and the dead seems particularly thin. Deep beneath the bustling streets of Paris lies a labyrinth of tunnels and chambers holding the skeletal remains of over 6 million Parisians. Welcome to the Catacombs, a place that's both fascinating and deeply unsettling. While not everyone believes in ghosts, there's no denying the eerie atmosphere of this underground ossuary. Visitors have reported feeling cold spots, hearing whispers, and even seeing full-bodied apparitions. Last but not least, we arrive at the Winchester Mystery House in San Jose, California. This mansion is filled with staircases that lead to nowhere, doors that open to walls, and windows overlooking other rooms. Built by Sarah Winchester, heiress to the Winchester rifle fortune, who believed she was haunted by spirits of those killed by her family's guns. Well, there you have it, our whirlwind tour of the top 10 most haunted places in the world. Do you believe these stories? Have you ever experienced something you couldn't explain? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for joining us on this spine-chilling journey. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more eerie explorations. Until next time, stay curious and stay spooky.